All right. Hey, Karyssa.
Hey, Dr. Scudder, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for joining me today.
Yes, of course.
So, all right. Well, thank you for being willing to talk a little bit about your experience with us working together to solve your problems. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about who you are and why you reached out to me for help.
All right. Well, I'm 21 years old. I'm a student athlete. I'm in my senior year of college. About a year and a half ago, I fell while I was playing volleyball. I took a serious blow to my right hip, and I was in such excruciating pain for about 3 or 4 days before I could get seen for any type of help.
Mm.
I went through about 3 or 4 MRIs in the span of about 6 to 7 months. I was misdiagnosed, and I heard about you through your daughter. As soon as I saw you, I felt the confidence in your knowledge about lower back pain, and I was so excited to work with you right from there, from that moment.
So, what were some of your functional limitations due to this injury? Like, what things were you really struggling with?
Everything. Absolutely
Aw.
everything and anything. I couldn't even take a deep breath without feeling this excruciating pain of stabbing in my lower back. I couldn't drive in the car and go over potholes. I couldn't put my own socks on. I
Mm.
mean, I needed help putting my shoes on, pulling my pants all the way up, and I was taking for granted all these simple basic factors of life that I wasn't able to do.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw you, I was like, I just want to put my own socks on again.
I remember you saying that. Yeah. So we met in person at a volleyball tournament, but then we had kind of said, we live in different states. Why don't we try doing some telehealth, basically?
Yeah, which I was more than grateful for.
Good. Okay. So what were your thoughts about telehealth at that point?
I was so open-minded to anything that could possibly help me. I mean, I was misdiagnosed twice. I saw 3 different doctors that claimed to be specialists, and I wasn't able to get the help that I needed. I tried physical therapy, chiropractic care, massage therapy, everything. And you were like, well, let's try, telehealth. Let's do it. And I was like, absolutely. I mean, I'll take anything. And the confidence that you had right off the bat made me so much more comfortable doing it over the internet. And I was just really excited.
So, all right. So after we worked together the first time, you gave me permission to show this picture. You had said to me, I just don't feel like I'm straight. And so you showed me your back, and here we go. I'm going to show you what the picture is of what your back looked like.
Nice.
Um, yep, that was it. And right away what did I tell you? I was like, oh man, you have what we call a lateral shift.
You're like, has anybody ever told you your back is crooked? I was like, what? No.
Yeah. So that was the first thing we, drew my attention to that right away. And that was the first thing that we sort of attacked.
Yeah.
And so after about three or four sessions together, how were you doing?
So good. I mean, every time I got off the internet with you, every time we ended the call, I was like, I feel so much better. I feel like I have someone who knows what they're doing and is taking care of me and paying attention to everything that I'm saying and watching me do the movements. I remember our first appointment online. You were helping me work with the lateral shift, doing a few exercises, and I started to get really nauseous, and I
Yeah.
turned white face, and I couldn't
Yeah.
stand up. And you knew exactly what was happening. You explained, this is your parasympathetic nervous system. This is
Mm.
why this is happening. You're okay. And I was so grateful for all of your knowledge of that, because that was so scary for me. I was like, no, not again. But because you knew exactly what was happening, like I was more than willing to continue, working with you and getting all these appointments in with you. And the best part was that, we were so flexible with the time, because it's just a quick phone call over the internet. We didn't have to worry about traffic and all that stuff. So it was really awesome.
Good, good. Yeah. And our schedules worked out well. We were able to meet up pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was great. Well, good. So you're kind of back to normal. You're walking around campus, you're driving.
Yeah, driving. I'm doing things without thinking about my back pain for the first time in months.
Like
Oh my,
breathing and laughing and
yeah, I mean, simple things like taking a deep breath and, jumping in puddles when it's raining.
oh, that's so
Little things like that.
fun. Those are important things. And how about putting your shoes and your own socks and shoes on?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember you saying to me, avoid bending over like the plague. And I think that's something that I'm still very aware of. So, when
Mm,
I don't bend over for my hips, I'll usually squat to put things on. And that has
okay.
led me well, nicer thighs because of all the squatting I'm doing.
Yeah, good, good.
Then eliminating that pain and that numbness and tingling that's been coming up or that had been coming up.
Yeah, good. Well, and probably what I should do with you is have like what we would call a recovery of function session, in which I would teach you that now that things are pretty well under control, it's time for you to start gradually restoring your function and your confidence in bending forward. So let's say, in the near future, somebody a college friend, or an upcoming workmate, perhaps, as you graduate and get out in the work world, said to you, "Hey, I heard you had a video, an online telehealth session," and what advice or what recommendation would you give
Well, the first thing I would say would be, heck yes, do it.
them?
There's all the appointments that I have where there were doctors that were able to be hands-on with me to help figure things out versus the appointment that I had with you where you literally just looked at me and followed my motions and what I was doing. The only disconnect is that nothing's tangible, but
Hmm.
I got so much more information about my injury than I did with these doctors that I was seeing in person. So, I mean, absolutely, it's worth a shot. I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for me. Like I said,
Well, good. Well, awesome. So, yes, so the McKenzie method, which is a mechanical diagnostic way of first classifying what was going on with you, the lateral shift, figuring out what movement your body needed to do, which was moving in the opposite direction of that shift. And then once we got that under control, we determined that your body needed to go into kind of a leaning backwards, or what we call extension direction. So you did a lot of that, and you were an excellent patient. And that's the beauty of this is, I'm empowering my patients by teaching them what they can do. And then I'm really putting it in their hands and your hands to make sure you get the results you want. And you did it. So good job.
after everything that I had been through, there was nothing. I had all the confidence in the world and everything that you were telling me to do, and I was so eager to do it. And you were my biggest cheerleader the whole time, which was awesome.
And then what was fun is I got to see you at the end of the season, and you gave me a big hug. That was all worth it for me. That was great. All right, Karyssa, well, anything else that we need to talk about?
I don't think so. Just send some cards my way, and I'm going to tell everyone to go see you.
Awesome. Okay, awesome, Karyssa. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye bye.